am a poor wayfaring stranger, traveling through this world of woe. There is no sickness, no toil, nor danger in that bright land to which I go. I'm going there to see my Father. I'm going there no more to roam. I'm only going over Jordan. I'm only going over home. I know dark clouds will gather around me. I know my way is rough and steep, but golden fields lie out before me, where God's redeemed shall ever sleep. I'm going there to see my mother. She said she'd meet me when I come. I'm only going over Jordan. I'm only going over home, over home. I'm going there to see my brothers. They pass before me one by one. I'm only going over Jordan. I'm only going over home, over home, over home, over home.
Okay, Wayfaring Stranger. I'm using standard tuning. I happen to have the capo on the 3rd fret. My tempo on this song, the way I just performed it, was about 107 beats per minute. The song is in 4/4 time, so 4 beats to every measure. As far as pitch for the song, Johnny Cash played this in A minor, as we're going to do it here, but used the capo not at all. No capo at all. I like it a little higher just because I don't like singing in the basement where Johnny Cash did. But and Burl Ives played it in E minor, which is like the capo on the 7th fret. So the point is there's a huge range that this song could be sung in depending on where your voice is. For women, I think no capo would probably work pretty well for most alto type women. And for guys, it could be all over the place depending on where your voice is pitched. So the point is, use the capo where it suits your voice best. For this video, however, you might want to leave it on capo 3, just because that's where I'm playing it and you can play with me. I finger pick this song using a thumb pick and 2 fingers. You can certainly use a bare thumb and 2 fingers, or you can use a bare thumb and 3 fingers, or a thumb pick and 3 fingers. You can use a plectrum or a flat pick. Burl Ives strummed this with his bare thumb. So there's a lot of ways you can do this. I'm going to show you what I do with a thumb and 2 fingers. The verses for Wayfaring Stranger, you can look this up, Google it, look for chords and lyrics to Wayfaring Stranger, and you can find all kinds of arrangements. Because this is an old folk song first published in 1858, you're going to find all kinds of choices for words and chords, and the simplest approach to this is A minor, D minor, and E for the verses. A minor is here, D minor is here, and E is here. So for example, if I were to sing just the first verse in its simplest form, I am a poor wayfaring stranger, traveling through. So I start on the A minor, traveling through, that's a D minor, this world of woe, back to the A minor. There is no sickness, toil or danger in that bright land. Back to D minor, then to an E, to which I go. Back to A minor. Okay? And that just covers the verse, and we'll get to the chorus later. But for myself, I wanted to make an arrangement that was interesting and still accessible to newer players. And I came up with this little progression using all 2-finger chords around A minor 7th. And A minor 7th is this. And it goes A minor 7th for 2 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then goes to the D, add 4 with an A bass, which is just the A minor 7 moved up 2 frets. That same A minor 7 shape, but moved upward 2 frets. And then back down to A minor 7, and then to E7. Again, 2-finger chords. Now the E7 is the same shape as the A minor 7th, but it's on, you have to shift your fingers up 1 string. Up this way, not in pitch. And if you're a new player, that'll take a little practice to get that shift from A minor 7th to E7. As far as finger picking goes, this is a real simple arpeggio pattern that I made up when I was about 16 years old, and that's a long time ago. And it's just my thumb and 2 fingers. So I'm using a thumb, and it hits 2 bass strings in a row. Like that. Just mostly centered around the 4 middle strings on the guitar. Except here, on the E7, it hits the low E, which is the 6th string. So for A minor, the A minor 7 chord pattern is like that. And we're hitting a string every beat plus every off beat. So if you count 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay? If you're a new player, that might seem like a lot all of a sudden, so you might want to take a screen capture of those patterns, picking patterns, and so you can print them out and study them and work on them, because it might take you 2 or 3 weeks to just get used to picking like that and to be able to pick on a regular beat. If you're a player that assigns likes to use a thumb and 3 fingers, and you would like to assign strings to a finger, you might want to go thumb on 5, index on 4, middle on 3, ring finger on 2, like that. Almost like a banjo roll. Okay? For this video, I'm going to show you diagrams based on the way I play it. One other thing, when you're playing this progression, you're tending to slide this shape, this A minor 7th shape, upward 2 frets to play the D add 4 shape. When you move, my recommendation is to lift your middle finger off the string when you move and slide only on the unwound 2nd string. If you slide on the wound 4th string, it makes noise. And that string noise is really unattractive, I think. So what you do, at least what I do, is you lift your finger and you slide. And you can hear the slide in the chord progression. Okay? I hope that makes sense. Now you have other chords to worry about, the D minor. This is D minor here. So you're playing D minor for 2 measures or 2 bars. The picking pattern for D minor is shown here. Okay, so that's 2 measures of it. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Okay? It gets a little boring. It may not be for you if you're new at this. For me, after 57 years, I like chord variations to add interest. So a real simple chord variation on D minor is D sus2, which is just 2 fingers instead of 3. And all you have to do then is lift up this index finger off the 1st string, 1st fret, and you can go from D minor Okay, so that adds interest. And there's 1,000 ways you can play that. I have a chord pattern below for one way you can play it. That's what the chord pattern shows. But you don't have to play it that way. Just be aware that this D sus2 added with the D minor makes for some interesting variations and adds interest. The other chord you have to go to is the E, and it can either be a full E like this, and then I like the variation on the E that I like to add is the E sus4, which is the 3rd string 2nd fret. Okay, so the pattern for E looks like that. Now you'll notice from the picking pattern that I'm hitting the sus4 note, which is A note on that 3rd string, on the 2.5 beat. So that makes it a little syncopated. Now some people can do that real naturally. I tend to do it without thinking about it too much. But if it's hard for you, just play it straight. Like that, okay? So slowly then, if we were to go through the verse with my arrangement here with all these moving chords, and I'll do it at a slow tempo, goes like this. Now notice the I am is on that E7, okay? It's like beats 3 and 4 of a measure. Go back to the intro again. I am a poor wayfaring stranger, traveling through this world of woe.
There is no sickness, no toil nor danger in that bright land to which I go. And when you get to that E7, that starts the refrain or the chorus. I'm going there. Okay? So that gives you something to work on. So if we were then to get ourselves over to the refrain, it starts on an F chord officially. But an F chord is hard for a lot of new players. It's hard for almost anybody, actually. I don't know why it's such an awkward chord. But a lot of times I like to play an F major 7. It seems like it's easier to play than an F. And it adds interest with that open E note in the F chord. So instead of covering up the first string, first fret, which is the F note, leave it open where it's an E. And you don't have to bar it. And if you happen to hit the low 6th string, that's also an E, so it fits in with the F major 7 chord. So the way I'm playing this, picking it, is okay? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and like that. And you notice I'm hitting the high E string at the 4 and beat, or the off beat, 4 and off beat, to sort of emphasize the major 7th sound. Okay? Like that. And then it goes to a C. And again, the variation I like on the C chord is an add 9, which is 2nd string, 3rd fret. It's a D note. You listen to that. It's got a nice sound to it. I'm going there, so the F major 7, to see my Father see. I'm going there, no more. Then it goes to an E, roam. Okay, so there's a little complication there because there's some syncopation. I'm hitting the E sus4 on the 2 and offbeat, and then moving that little finger down to the D note, which is the 2nd string, 3rd fret, to make a E 7th or E dominant 7th. No more to roam. I'm only going, and it goes back to the progression that we used in the verses. Over Jordan, I'm only going, D minor to E, over home. All right. So that's the first verse and the first chorus, and after that you just sort of repeat yourself, just use different words. So the last thing that we need to go over is the ending, and that is built around A minor, the A minor chord, and you basically just do an arpeggio with that same fingerpick pattern that we've been using throughout this piece, this song, and it sounds like this. Okay, so you're kind of running up the scale. You're covering 2 measures, and each one of these little notes is like an 8th note, a half of a beat. And then when you get to this last chord, you're in a new measure, and you just hold it out there for 4 beats, or whatever you like, because it's the end of the song. This last chord is an A minor 7th, using the highest 5 strings on the guitar, leaving out the low E string. And And I'm adding a ninth to it, which is this B note on the high E string, 7th fret. So how do you get this done? You basically do the same finger picking pattern that we've been doing. Thumb on the 5th string, thumb on the 4th string, index on the 3rd string, middle on the 2nd string. But the 2nd string, we're not holding the A minor, we're holding an A sus2. So you have that open B note in it, and then you hammer on the C note to make a full A minor like this. Or you can pluck it. Okay? And then you add the D note, which makes basically the chord an A sus4, like that. Then go down to the high E string, the 1st string. And then you're going to be moving from the A minor chord down here in the 1st position to the A minor 7th in the 5th position. So for me, I'm already going to have to move my fingers. So I'm basically moving my hand, and I'm just going to hit this G string, the G note, which is on the 1st string, 3rd fret. Right there, and I'm hammering on. Like that. And then you hit that A minor 7th with the added 9th. Does that make sense? Let's try that again. Okay? So I hope this is fun. I know if you're a newer guitar player, it's going to take time to learn this, but I think it's within your grasp. And I kind of arranged this with the idea of newer guitar players, even if you're 65 years old. There's no reason that this could, is too far away from where you might be to be able to pick it up if you put a few weeks worth of effort into this. So good luck with this. If you have any comments, please post them below here on YouTube. And thank you very much for watching, and best of luck to you. Bye.